Uh, I want to say I'm sorry I lied to you, Brian, but then again, it's my money that I spent. I just kind of told you I wasn't going to. I don't know. Well, I threw another extra $10 into the very limited, whatchamacallit, the ICM right now. I did that just because, I was pissed I couldn't get it right off the bat. And there it is. I got it on the very first roll. I had two rolls. No, I had three rolls that I could do with the small stakes, which boosted me up to 260. I'm happy about that. And I got the double XG Falcon. So, there it is again. Me spending Astros on a unit that I was all set and ready to mic out with points. Because, I've got the units for it. Let's see. Nope, they're A ranks, so you're going to want to go this way. So I've got an X, I've got an Airmaster Burst, I've got a Leopard Destroy. Can't remember what other unit I'm supposed to use. I think there's I can't remember. But anyways, yeah, I'm all set, ready to go. The double XG Falcon, and I spent Astros on it again. So, yeah. You know that thing I said a while ago about being proud that I wasn't spending Astros to make S ranks, and that thing that I advocate the newcomers don't spend Astros on S ranks. Work at it, get the units you need, buy this game is free to play. I say that all the time. I just don't seem to be listening to, well, you remember there was a time in OG Planet's reign of SDGO North America where you would actually get points for events as opposed to having spenders events and Astro spenders events. You remember when things like that happened? I also remember when I didn't have Astros to spend to begin with. Shows how much I've learned. No, sincerely though, no more Astros this month. So I've got 85. No more for the rest of the year. That's 7 more days. I wonder if I'll make it. You see, when I got the Leopard Destroy G-Falcon, I was expecting kind of a slightly lesser version of this thing. We'll see if it turns out that way. Four swings, damn good damage. For former paper, or is this a scissors? This is probably a paper just because it's got so much range on it. Five shots, 6 with patience. Oddly, does the exact same amount of damage that the close range does. That's weird. Considering it's all long range stuff, I suppose I shouldn't be too surprised that those cannons are that it takes that long to recharge. Just beyond visual range, that's nice. Holy crap, did I just kill a C rank with nothing but homing missiles? Holy that's kind of awesome. Seems kind of odd to use the twin satellite cannon in a melee spec. It's not a beam spec, but it seems kind of odd they do that. Oh well. Seems to me the reload on these missiles is good. Reload on the long range is a bit of an issue. The homing missiles have essentially the same amount of reload time, so I probably, well, it depends on what the, well, I'll make that determination after I do the other mode. So literally the only difference is the wings open up? Whatever. Ten shots. Ooh. With a slightly lower than usual reload. Yay. Why should an SS rank not kill a common average low-level C rank with 10 shots? Explain that one to me. Because, like, my B-rank Wing Gundam can do that, and my B-rank Heavy Arms can do that, and my Double X can actually do that as well. My regular Double X can do that. Weird. Presumably that's a knockover with a long reload. Hey, it's better than on the regular Double X. That was actually one of the problems I had with it. Yeah, it's boosted up by a skill, but come on. Least you could do is... Okay. There's a lot of the attack speed on that's really bad. Well, I shouldn't say really bad, but... That's the only weapon that's not a magazine. Huh. Now those are the kind of cannons I wanted on the Leopard Destroy G-Falcon. That would have been cool. See, I want to try that at... What? Why are you here? I want to check the range on these and what kind of spread I've got. Just beyond visual range, okay. Okay, you can kill a Seamark with 2 shots of these things. What the crap? Beam spec. Wow. If I hadn't split the damage initially, I might have killed that Dom. Wow, good variety of weapons. Honestly, it looks like the reloads in this mode are kind of the only things that are really worrying, but unfortunately if I try to do those reloads, it'll affect these as well. I don't have an issue with this one. This one seems... I think I said it was a little slower than usual, whatever. And the reload on this, considering how much damage that thing does, that's actually not a bad reload. I don't know if I should be concerned that you have the long-range cannons here, and then you also have it here. Like, should I make an issue out of that? I don't know. Because I'm just not used to having a lot of long range available to me and actually have it do stuff that's relevant and useful. Wow, for an SS rank scissors, that's actually not bad. See, I just did that, so it's this one. Just like the Astron Hermit Crab, it comes up slightly shorter in the pure ranged mode. Well, that's not entirely fair, because well, yeah, it still comes out the same shortness. It boosts for longer, but the amount of boosting time that you have is about 0.25 seconds short, which is really annoying. Okay, good variety of weapons. The weapons are kind of set up in the right modes. Well, I don't know. Like, should this have been in the pure ranged mode? This cannon? I don't know. It's got a good variety. I can argue with that. Should I sound more enthusiastic? I apologize. I've had kind of a bad day, and I'm also remembering the fact that I've been, spending Astros to get units that are usually free. It's ironic, in a game that's free to play and pay to get early, I'm putting a lot of... Okay, that's my issue, not yours. I like the weapons types. The reloads in this mode, I'm kind of thinking I'm going to end up staying in this mode more often, just because the reload rates are better. Kind of the only weapon I really need in the other mode is the homing, the melee, and the homing missiles. How close can I get? Oh gosh, right around him. That's kind of hilarious. Note to self: there's a close range to how close you can throw those things. Yeah, fair enough. Okay, so mid-range battle type. All the armament on it is, I literally hit. Well, the long-range beam cannons, that's okay, because there's a lot of other things you can use in the meantime. It does feel kind of odd that the Vulcan guns... It's, by the way, the irony, these say Vulcan guns are actually machine cannons because it comes out of here. because the regular breast launchers are covered up on the double X when it's in the G-Falcon form. And the machine guns here, so is it a quad-shot Vulcan gun? It has the range and damage of a machine gun, but not a Gatling. So, yeah, I suppose that's semantics a bit. Homing missiles, they're infrared, I guess. Yeah, that helps. That helps in this game to call them that. Twin satellite, high output, twin satellite, low output, I guess. I don't know. Well, I've got a knockdown. That's good. Vulcan guns and scouting gun. Okay. So what am I going to do with this thing? I feel like I have to do something for the infrared homing missiles, but 5% reload rates really isn't going to do that much. But, you know, who am I kidding? Oh my god, I just noticed the battle level. It's at EX. Holy. Okay then. Mobility is good and defense is good, and oh my goodness, how often do I get to choose this thing or not? I don't know, maybe I'll put like a boost, maybe I should do like a mobility type just because there's nothing really wrong here, you know? I could, because it like, there's a lot of direct weaponry, but there's also some indirect weaponry as well. How would I do, let me think here. It's a very standoffish thing. It's not really meant to get close range. So the usual complaint that I have is, what do I do if somebody encounters me at close range? I'll probably want to do, well, it's an SS rank and people are going to want to shoot me, or yeah, literally shoot me down as fast as possible. So, it's kind of a toss-up between fixing this and saving slots, or using both at the same time. And if I decide to use only one, which one am I going to go with? Yeah, I don't need the long range reload. Or the medium range reload. I think that's okay. With the homing missiles, I've got a bunch of other weapons I'm going to be using, so, but the long range, basically they reload at the rates that I would expect long range to do, and it's not really the primary weapon. It's almost like the primary standoff mode has melee attached to it, and then this mode is a bunch of mid-range stuff, blah 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 blah. It's kind of weird. Like, I kind of wish that this twin satellite had swapped places with the Vulcan guns so that the homing missiles would have been, I don't know, it's hard to say. The melee seemed fast enough, the boost speed seemed fast enough. Well, because I mean, I don't want to put a reload up on machine guns. That's kind of stupid. The exception might be the one that I just got, the Astron Hermit Crab, where, but on the other hand, that is an exception to how fast those things reload. I'm not going to reload I'm not going to fix the long range reload. I'm going to do it in the medium. So I'll do that. I'm tempted to, wait. No. I kind of want to do this just because it's such a large stream and people are going to have time to get away from these missiles. I kind of want to increase this, so maybe I'll do that just to see how it turns out. I mean, I don't know. Attack rates all seemed fine. The attack damage seems, I mean, it's overwhelming, some of the stuff this thing can do. No, not feeling that. I wonder if I shouldn't just do an attack type instead. Maybe that's what I should do, just because, like, if I'm meh about mobility and meh about defense, like, I would do defense. I could do that one. That's kind of the defense that everybody wants to do, this and this. Okay, so medium range, unit HP, no. Booster reduction, okay. No. Yes, and then if this was at level 12. Wait. Oh, no, it's at EX. No, I'm sorry, if I had a fourth slot of open, I'd probably go with the minimum damage from all attacks, so that'd be kind of nice thing to have. Do I need to do an attack up? No, I don't really need to mess with anything. It's well-rounded, the types of weapons that it has. At this point, I would say there's nothing really that needs to be fixed, because when I'm in this mode, when I'm in standard mode, the reloads kind of make sense, with the exception of the, yeah, I mean, the reloads are, it doesn't feel OP in any way. It doesn't, overpowered. It doesn't feel like that whatsoever. So I'm not really seeing anything that needs to be fixed. And then when it switches modes to here, all the stuff behaves as normal. So really, at this point, there's nothing to fix. It's just a question of what am I going to do with it to my my personal taste. Yeah, so I'll probably go this and this, no, and this, and then I'll do that, which is nice all around. It'll tweak the reload on the homing missiles. It'll add reload to the Vulcan guns, which makes no sense. Wait, but does that give? Yeah, medium range weapon range increase. Okay, so those Vulcan guns, technically they're machine guns, but they're called Vulcans here for some reason. I suppose that makes sense. Yeah, I don't feel the need to do an attack of some kind, so yeah, this is probably what I'll do. No, I'm not going to save that right now. Oh, yeah, it took me what, $30 just to get one of these things, and ironically, it's during an X and a wing event. I could have done this. Would I combo it? I don't see any reason not to. Am I going to get two of them? Yeah, I could, sure. I don't see much reason with that. Let's see, how much does this cost? Nope, that's not it. Here it is, expansion. 80. Meh, I'll think about that later. Maximum damage, agility, booster capacity, defense. That's pretty nice on something like this. Not bad. I can't say average, just, I don't know. I don't know why I sound so enthusiastic. Like, I should be gushing over this, but I'm not for some reason. Like I said, I've had kind of a crappy day, so forgive me. Oh, really? Down there? Okay. Usually it was, what, both shoulders? Now, my original double X, which is currently burned down in the back of my hangar, I've got it set up in my traditional Unit 4 coloring. With the Leopard Destroy G-Falcon, the G-Falcon itself, none of the colors changed, and I said on there something along the lines of if it couldn't change on there, what are the odds it couldn't change on here as well? So I want to see if there's a part of the double X where the double X G-Falcon, where the G-Falcon itself gets any coloring. If it does, I will send a letter of protest, of great protest, to the to Softmax. So far, so good. Moment of truth. Oh, no. Okay, so the G-Falcon does not get painted on any of them. I suppose that makes sense, and I shouldn't complain too loudly. On the other hand, I really would like to put that khaki 3 onto the G-Falcon, get rid of the red and the blue. Maybe they did that on purpose so that you could paint up your mobile suits the way you like them and not have to worry about sacrificing one of these slots to paint that. That'd be my guess. Oh, and then the eyes are this. So, yay, okay. So it's something for me to consider. You know, it's weird with the S rank double X. I got bored with it. It's hard to describe, but just the types of weapons on it were they were okay, but I got bored with it. It's hard to describe. It just kind of it felt unbalanced, but not in a bad way. Oh, did I use up the last of that? Nope, I didn't. Yeah, it seems to me I wouldn't be able to do this in my navy blue coloring. But like I said, I'm recoloring at this point. Regular double X was okay, but the reload on the long range beam cannon, it's almost not worth it. Believe it or not, the double X, the regular double X, is one of the very few S ranks that doesn't purge and does not have a skill change. It's a multi-mode S rank that has 6 weapons available on it. Now my question is, if it already has a beam spec on it, why would you need the beam cannons here to have that knockdown with I think it's a 50-second reload on it. 50 seconds. That's one shot per minute. It takes you less time to recharge your beam spec than it does to fire that thing once. It almost feels like I don't know, like they shouldn't have. And then it's got machine guns in both modes, which is weird. I don't know. And then it's got the hyper hammer. It's got the Gundam hammer thingy on it. So I don't quite know why it is I don't know. It's not that it was a bad unit. It's just kind of boring. It didn't bring anything interesting, and in my opinion, it didn't really represent the full capabilities of the Double X. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. I mean, considering I've never seen Gundam X, I suppose I should be one to talk. I probably won't color it this way. I'd probably match it up to the Ava Unit 4 coloring that I always like using. I don't know. Or I might just leave it like this. I don't think I could live with myself if I did that. Okay, enough of the painting. So, yeah, just the way I run it. There's nothing inherently bad about this. I suppose the only thing you could complain about is those homing missiles take a really long. Well, they don't take an exceptional long time, but they do take long enough that like you can't really shoot these and then just kind of use a bunch of things over here and then switch back just for this. On the other hand, this also needs some reload as well. So it's like this mode, you kind of have to worry about the reload rates. Ironically, the melee mode, you have to worry about the reload rates. And really, the melee, you should have something like Vulcan guns or even a scattering gun at close range. That's where you should have these. So it's kind of odd that the homing missiles, which by the way, you can't use those homing missiles to shoot a close range target, as I demonstrated earlier. So it's kind of weird that kind of the medium range stuff isn't in the melee mode and then have this long range stuff sitting down here in the alternate mode. But, I mean, the types of weapons are fine, but maybe the configuration is screwy but not bad. So what would I do with it? I'm probably just going to do defense just because I like the long range tanky cannons. That's just to be able to shoot from beyond the horizon and not get hit. That's kind of the thing I like doing. It's the thing everybody likes to call me on too, because they'll just walk up to me with melee and pew pew pew. What do you think of your defensive tank now? Well, funny thing about that, in SDGO there is no such thing as a tanky cannon. There's such a thing as a paper cannon. There's cannons with paper thin armor, but there's no such thing as defense. I'm ranting and I'm dragging this out for no reason whatsoever. This is Ava Unit 4A saying thanks for tuning in.